Cataract is not the major cause of blindness in the world. Religion first, then politics. I'll show you a video whereby those communities in the southwest that have been asking for Sharia law got massively and aggressively attacked by the Fulani elders just less than 72 hours ago. But before I go into that, let's talk about Ebonyi State. Nwafuru, the governor of Ebonyi State, has decided to spend 500 million on Hajj. And then I ask, how many Ebonyi Muslims do we have? Or this is just another conduit pipe for him to loot that poor state dry. I understand under Umayi, this was aggressively sponsored. There were a series of people that were sent to Mecca for the annual, spiritual journey, as it were, pilgrimage. Then Nwafuru has come out to also continue that Islamization of Ebonyi's agenda. Well, for me, I think sending people for pilgrimage as a government shouldn't be the Southeast priority now, considering the level of decadence, the level of infrastructure deficit, considering the level of insecurity. There are no social safety net for the Ebonyi people. One of my friends had to go to where those poor citizens were attacked by the Fulani elders. The northern Ebonyi local government that was attacked, that area predominantly is occupied by Christians Ebonyi. And the agenda is the Fulani elders want to ensure that they chase out those Christians, reoccupy that village, install a mosque there, and of course, for you to reside there, you have to be a puppet to the Fulani elders. I said that the biggest cause of blindness is not cataract, but religion, followed by politics. Looking at what is going on in Nigeria, a village in Iwo also, where farmers were attacked, farmland, over 200 acres, was attacked by the Fulani elders. All the cassavas in that farmland were eaten by the cows. But again, don't forget that this is the same community that so many weeks ago came out and demanded for Sharia. This is a wake-up call to my Igbos brothers in Ebonyi, that Nwafuru is pushing the Ebonyi indigenes into what we call a rabbit hole. A rabbit hole will consume you because it is always what? It is directionless. It is formless. It is only a rabbit that understands why it built there. The journey of this faith, seeking for Islam in your land, most especially in the Fulani elders, or should I say in the Fulani way, has always been a rabbit hole. When you try to parley with them, to have businesses with them, to welcome them, what befall their host eventually is always doomed. I believe history is the best teacher, and if you go to Ilorin, go into the history books, you will see and you will understand how Afunja was defeated, and not just only defeated, his history, his royalty, his heritage was stolen away from him. If Nwafuru continues like this, I would not be surprised in the coming days, or should I say in the coming years, some parts of Ebonyi will no longer be owned by Igbos. For as long as one Nigeria exists, if Iwafuro continues like this, unfortunately some parts of Ebonyi will be fully Islamized. I understand what's going on in Afikpo, where we have the biggest mosque, in Ebonyi State. I mean, there have been so many conversations that those people, because they are poor, the Muslim imams and clerics sponsor those poor people, give them money in exchange for them to believe in Islam. I understand that has always been transactional. I understand that there's always been a transaction going on. You change, convert for this aid, for this financial aid, for this financial benefit. I get it. That has always been the situation. But they must understand that when Afoja was supposed to be defeated, they also came in as a transactional people, saying that give us a space for us to fight for you in this battle against the Oyo Empire. Didn't end there. Along the line, they started multiplying, and as they were multiplying, they became larger in population. And then the Ottoman Danfodio told his son Alimi, you guys seems to be the largest in that community. Now, why should you be governed by a pagan? But in this instance, to get to a point, these guys will start questioning the sanctity, that why can't we have a Muslim Ebonyi governor? From there, they will start saying, why can't we have a Muslim state? Looking at what is going on in Iwo, in the whole of Southwest now, other than Ilorin that has been taken over by the Fulani Caliphate, because they listen to the instructions of the Caliphate in Sokoto, the next state that will be occupied and taken over from the Southwest will be Osun State. Why? If the traditional rulers do not stand up and protect and conserve their tradition, they want to continue for the financial aids and benefit that is coming from the Caliphate, then yes, sooner or later, Osun State will be finally Islamized. And of course, what that means is that they are taking away the identity of the Yoruba land gradually. The agenda, right from the onset of Islam, is take over, colonize, conquer, and then take the political power. That has always been the agenda. But over the years, we saw that in the Middle East, those that started Islam stopped such ideology because they saw that it belonged to the Dark Ages, it belonged to the medieval ages. Now, taking a view of the global Islamic world, when they took time to study what is going on in Nigeria, they have now banned, yes, Saudi Arabia have banned Nigerian Muslims from coming to their country for Hajj. Their reasons are simple. They say that the Hajj Nigerian Muslims come for has not had any moral impact in their lives. Therefore, they are no longer needed. In fact, Saudi Arabia is about to distance herself from the Nigerian Muslims. Saudi Arabia, who went on to host World Cup, I think in the next 10 years, and before then, they have been taking proactive measures to open their society for alcohol, for LGBTQs. They are now doing what? Opening up. And they have been watching how the Northern Muslims have been telling them that they are betraying the cause of Muhammad. And ask again, can you be more Christian than the Pope? In this instance, can the Northerners be more Islam than Saudi Arabia? That's a simple and a genuine question that requires a sincere answer. So this idea that the Nigerian Muslims see themselves to be the protector of that religion, Saudi Arabia is asking them a very simple question. If that is the case, why is there a wanton, a prevalent scenario of corruption by these your supposed Muslim leaders in the north? Why is it that what Islam preaches, which is morality above selfish interest, which is what, according to the current day Saudi Arabia Muslim practice, it preaches morality. The same thing applies in Dubai. It preaches good governance. It preaches you putting your people before your own selfish interest. Is that what the northern Islamic leaders have been doing? What they have been doing successfully is to blind their followers with religion. That's why I said the greatest causative factor of blindness in the world is not cataract, but religion followed by politics. Going back to Ebonyi, for my Igbo brothers, there needs to be a massive action wherein you call one through, because it is unimaginable, it is a disgrace and a ridicule when those that were victims of the attack came out to say that the people that attacked us are Fulani elders, but yet Francis Nwafuru came out to say that those that committed the crimes are not Fulani elders. Why is Nwafuru protecting these guys? Is he trying to present himself as a one Nigerianist? Or basically they have gone into transactions? I understand that there are some governors who got into that seat of power through the support of the Northerners, most especially when Malami was there. Like Uzodinma, who has always been proclaimed to be a Fulani stooge. He came forth, but somehow a chief judge from the Northern extraction pronounced him to be the winner, and ever since then he has been trying to repay his debts. First and foremost, Uzodinma built a massive church in Owerri. Secondly, he has said that the Fulani women are welcome to be married by the Imo men. That as long as one Nigeria is concerned, Igbo should also reconsider and look into the direction of the Fulani ladies and marry them. You can see that sometimes when you sit down and you start looking at those eyes, and when you start crossing the T's and dotting the I's, connecting the dots, you might understand how some elements have been able to propagate their cause using internal saboteurs. Those that are selfish, those that think that their own interest must come first. And during this course, these hegemonics and oligarchs are hiding behind the facade of religion, trying to be angels, but their agenda is clear. When you invite them, when they start having those big mosques, when they start having their Quranic schools, when they start having larger acceptance in your community, when they start having that sense of belonging and sense of community amongst you, they will start partaking in your politics. And before you know it, they start demanding for Shariah. We have seen this play out in the Yoruba land. At this time, it is almost irreversible in Yoruba land for us to control this Fulani incursion. At this stage, the Southwest is at the crossroad. If there's a spark of religious war, I cannot guarantee you if the Fulanis will not dealt a heavy blow on the Yoruba heritage. I cannot guarantee. Because what we see now is the Yorubas are divided across religious lines. We can see that it is Yoruba Muslims that are attacking Yoruba Christians. It is still the same Yoruba Muslims that are attacking Yoruba traditionalists. And we are all from the same roots. They are all called Yoruba. So you will see some Yoruba Muslims telling you that they are not Yoruba first. That in fact, they are not even Nigerian first. That they are Muslim first. And they align with their Muslim brothers anywhere in the world. So when you, as a Christian Yoruba, try to talk to him, even in the same language coming out from your mouth, he's going to see you as a lesser human being. Before you know it, he might commit an atrocity. He might commit a jihad against you, your brother, his brother. This is why I am using this moment as a CTO, a call to take action by the Ebonyis. It is whether you take action or you just look at this, consume you guys. Because Waffle sponsoring using 500 million to sponsor Hajj, but training just 100 people in farming. It doesn't add up. To me, it doesn't add up. Okay? It doesn't add up. So let us watch the video. In the community in Iwo, where Fulanis attacked and invaded those who have been longing for Sharia, this is an indication that it is not about you asking for Sharia. It is about the Fulanis taking away your land and resources, installing their own kingship style upon you and dominating you, and then turning you, who are the real owners of the land, to slave. This is what they have done successfully in the Hausa land, and they are perpetrating it. I think they are about 85% successful in the southwest. And for my Ebonyi people, and then at large the southeast, you have to resist it. And the earlier the better, because this one Nigeria seems to be a project that only benefits this Fulanization agenda.
Today, look at the menace. Look at what the Fulani herdsmen are doing. Look at it. They pull down the fence. They can set the pathway. They enter through this place overnight, and this is about 20 acres of cassava. Yes, about 20 acres, and they finished it. 20 acres. Look at it. There's cassava here, grown cassava. They finished it. Grown cassava, look at it. They finished everything. Look at it. Look at the leaves. They ate everything and finished it. Look at the cassava leaves. They finished it. Grown cassava, look at them. They finished it overnight. 20 acres of cassava plantation. That's what they did overnight. Yes. It was there 2-3 days ago. All of this place. The maize has been harvested, and the field is left with only cassava. They finished all the cassava inside. Look at it. A closer look will show you how much havoc they have created. The whole field, look at it. About 20 acres.
Let's be clear about what's happening.